The remote control has a knack for disappearing. This small, unremarkable thing goes poof, and I'm the one that needs to hunt it down. Not only does it fall into the couch on a daily basis, but the kids hide it from each other to prevent the channel from being changed. And then they forget where they hid it. I tried sticking this alarm on the remote. This is the old remote. Look, broken by the way. It's actually being broken, glued with epoxy, and broken again. Just to give you an idea what we're dealing with here. Let me explain about this alarm. So I had a remote control for the remote control. When I press the remote control for the remote control, it gives this beeping sound. But then the battery dies, or the remote control is so far up the couch's backside that you can't even hear it. I even tried tying the remote control to a rope. That didn't go down very well either. I'm going to fix this. Instead of finding ways to find it when it gets lost, I'm going to make the remote control unlosable. I'm going to make it so conspicuous that it won't be ever misplaced again. When you think about remote control, the most important thing is the user experience. It needs to be comfortable in your hand. It needs to be easy to access the buttons. I'm not changing the remote control, but I am changing the casing or what's going to be surrounding the remote control. And this is something you need to think about. So whatever I design, it needs to be no sharp edges. It needs to be something that a person can hold, even a little kid, because we've got loads of kids around here. And it needs to be still intuitive to reach the buttons with the actual hand. Okay, this is what I thought about. This is the remote control or an equivalent. I'm just going to be designing a big casing, something like that. So it will be easier to hold. Okay, we can actually hold it around here, and we want the buttons to, if a person holds the remote control like this, then the thumb reaches these buttons. If this is where we're going to be holding the actual new remote control, then this remote control can't be in the center. It needs to be more to the top part of the actual new remote, and then you hold it and you can still press the buttons here. So if we are going to be making a remote control unlosable, it needs to be as conspicuous as possible. That means changing the size of the remote control and the color of the remote control. And this serves two purposes. One, it's detectable. You can see it from a distance. So if it's stuck into the corner of the couch, very easy to see. And second of all, because of the size, it's much harder to lose. So it won't be able to be stuck in the cracks or creaks of the couch. It won't be able to fall underneath the couch or behind the couch. It can't do all that. So let's see what we come up with. First off, I designed a frame that would hold the remote control in place. For this whole build, the only thing that needs precision is for the remote control to actually fit snugly into the case. So to get this right, I didn't need to reprint the entire design. Each one of these attempts took 2 hours to print. The final design took 9 hours. We don't want to print the whole thing every single time. It took me 4 attempts to get it right. In the end, it came out perfect. For some reason, it isn't too clear to me. Sometimes you get these holes on the top surface of the print, and it's pretty ugly. It's definitely not what you'd like the top surface to be. I'm not sure if it's the actual filament or how far the nozzle is from the bed, but it happens. I'm going to give it a sand down to try and make it a bit more presentable and a bit more easy to the touch, let's say. But it's definitely going to stay ugly. So the intention is to hold it like this, making it a bit user-friendly when it comes to the actual experience. So that's why the remote control is at the top part, because if you hold it with the palm of your hand here, then you can press the buttons with your thumb. If it was lower at the center of the encasing, it would have been harder to press the main buttons. Let's see what a tight fit it came out to be. Perfect. Okay. So it just goes in there with a very tight tolerance. It doesn't fall out, it just stays there. Now it's pretty impossible to lose this. The colour and the size will do the job. Now, if I want to be really cheeky, this hole here is for an AirTag. So if I put the AirTag in, then definitely won't ever get lost, right? How cool is that? And a bonus, it also protects it from falling all the time. So it can fall now, it's not a problem. It can fall all the time. It can fall all the time. One of my better inventions. Trying to stay modest here, I really am. Trying to stay modest. So now that I have stripped the hiding abilities of this remote control, it's just a regular remote control in a giant red casing with holes in it. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you on the next one.